Let's do that. All right, so what we're going to work with today is I'm going to teach holographic breathing. And in holographic breathing, there's a gentle motion of the jaw and the mouth, and it's intrinsic to our breath. It just becomes part of the breath. And that starts creating a movement through the whole face, through the whole cranium, through the whole body. It's the same movement that is palpated in cranial sacral therapy. But in holographic breathing, that movement is coming from our physical breath. Our physical breath and this movement of the mouth is activating this motion through the whole body. And that also instigates a whole healing system of different energies, different organs, the Kundalini, the connection to the earth, the connection to the higher self. And the breathing motion of the face connects with the breathing motion of the cranium, or they work together and become the breathing motion of the skull. And what we're going to be working with today is the central brain complex. As well as learning the holographic breathing, we will be activating the third eye and the central brain complex, which is everything that's central in the brain. It's what would normally called the brain stem. I don't like that word. And including the thalamus and third eye. It's that central area. But all of this whole movement of the face, all of the nerves from that, they go back into this very central part of the brain. And it's only the nerves of the face and the vagus nerve that comes from that area. So this gentle motion of the face is activating the very center of your brain and the very center of your being. The thalamus is thought of the seat of the soul, or the seat of consciousness. So this breathing motion is accessing your brain, the central brain, and that is working through the whole body. So we were working with this last Sunday, and we were working with how all of the different organs and energies of the body relate to the central brain complex. And I wanted to work with it some more because it was so mind-blowing, at least for me and the people who emailed me. It was just such a mega mind-blowing experience. It took me about a week. I'm only just simulating it now. Normally I run the webinar and I'm knocked out for a couple of days as it goes through whatever we worked with, but this time it's taken about a week because it is so central to us. All of the nerves of the brain go into that central brain complex, and that communicates through the spine and out through the body. It's like the central telephone hub for all of the nerves. Everything connects into that. And this breathing motion of the face, it's like you hack directly into the center of your nervous system, the center of your being. And it's also really important for early childhood things. It's to do with this crawling reflex and like the connection to our prehistory and prehistoric times and ancestry and creation. I'm trying to remember whatever Newton did or someone did, how we started off as amoebas and ended up as us. Evolution kind of connects to our evolution, and I just think it's primary for health and our immune system. I'd made some remedies because I had Lyme's disease and I've cleared it. And I just felt, because Lyme's disease has an immune repression, I made a remedy for the thyroid and the hypothalamus area. And it just cleared it up so well. And this whole central brain complex, it houses that. Am I loud enough? A lot of people are kind of looking into the screen. All right, I'm not going to do a lot of talking tonight because I'm a bit uncomfortable in so many different ways. So, for the nervous people about learning holographic breathing, holographic breathing, it's not a technique and it's not a way. I'm not going to tell you how to breathe. You just breathe at your own normal rhythm. There's lots and lots of breath works around and they're all great, but they're doing specific things. They're either connective breath, where you don't have a space between the breaths, or breathing through the mouth, breathing through the nose, breathing in through the mouth, out through all the different things. But holographic breathing isn't like that. We are opening up a new domain of how we breathe. It activates a new way of breathing. And you can do all of those things with holographic breathing. You can do rebirthing type breathing or connective breath. You can have longer out breaths. You can have holds. You can, all of those different things. You can do holographic breathing with that. But in a way, it stands alone. It starts something new. It connects into a primary, now the words are coming, primary respiration system, but that is something else. That's the cranial rhythm, but it connects to this primary breathing in ourselves. That's a better one, primary breathing, which I think is how we breathed in the womb. And I think it's how babies breathe when they're first born. And I think it enables us to start growing new brain cells, to come to new levels of health. Because if you think of a baby, it's just producing, and babies in the womb, just producing shed loads of stem cells and growing and healing around this central matrix. And holographic breathing brings you back to that central matrix. It starts activating the brain. You can feel your brain breathing. You can feel your energies breathing. And I think there's a true potential for evolution. I was literally dying. 20 years ago when it came through, I was literally dying of Lyme disease. It had come to the end. I was on my way out, and this breathing just started, and I healed myself, and I've continually healed myself ever since. I've never needed sessions or anything like that. This new breath work has healed me. So it's like a new epoch, and there's channels. When I talk about it, people complain that I talk so much, but as is just happening now, when I talk about holographic breathing, these channels come through, and I just start wittering away about, or talking about, the different energies of it. And it is like a new epoch. We are moving in to a new time. And I think holographic breathing is part of that new time. And you don't have to come to all of the advanced webinars. You don't have to learn lots of different things. You can just connect to this new breath work. And the way I teach it is an activation. It just starts. and then you can do it. So I will describe it so you know what we're going to do. There's a physical thing that happens in holographic breathing. The lips are closed and relaxed. And the upper surface of the tongue is on the roof of the mouth and relaxed. The tip of the tongue is close to or touching the front teeth, and the breath is in and out through the nose. So if you're new, you can just do that to start off with, become used to that. Have the upper surface of your tongue on the roof of the mouth, the tip of the tongue close to or touching the front teeth, and however much of the tongue on the roof of the mouth feels comfortable. Over a period of time, the whole tongue will rise up on the roof of the mouth, but to start off with, just as much as feels comfortable. And then along with that, now for the new people, it's best not to do this until I start the meditation, where I'll bring it in a natural way. But along with this, there's a gentle motion of the jaw. On the in-breath, the jaw is gently opening, and on the out-breath, the jaw is gently closing. So it's hard to do that, but I'll bring that in the meditation in an easy way. You won't have to remember anything I'm saying, because I will just be talking through the guided meditation to bring it all in. If you are new to this, it's good to be seated, because it gets very relaxing very quickly. And if you miss some of the instructions, then you won't be doing holographic breathing and you would have wasted a chance. So if you're lying down, quite often you'll just miss it and fall asleep. So if it's the first time learning this, it's good to be seated up, and at a certain point, or when it's working, when it's happening, because there's a certain point that it just starts working, it integrates with your normal breathing and just starts working. And then it's fine to lie down, because you've got it, it's going, and you'll probably never forget how to do it. It is an activation, it brings a memory to life. Now, I'm sitting, slouching back to take the pressure off my back. And I was going to sit up a bit to demonstrate it, but I'm not. I'm a slouch tonight. So I'm just going to demonstrate it for 3 or 4 breaths, so you can see that there isn't a movement of that. That the lips aren't opening and closing with the jaw, that the lips are staying closed. And that the motion of the jaw is very subtle. You probably won't even see it. It is moving 4 or 5 millimeters. Because it's slow and small, you won't actually see it. But you may notice it becomes very meditative very quickly. So I'll just do 4 or 5 breaths. And I don't really want to come back. When I start doing that, as soon as I start, this deep relaxation moves through my body, the energies rise through my spine and through my brain, and there's this kind of euphoria that happens. So I want the newcomers just to try something before we start the meditation. Have your lips closed, have the tongue on your roof of the mouth, and just gently moving the jaw up and down, a bit like chewing, and notice that you can kind of It doesn't have to be slowly. You can bounce the jaw up and down without opening the lips. You do it every day when you're eating. You move the jaw and can keep the lips closed. So just to get that experience, okay, you can let that come to an end. Okay, well, we're going to start that meditation now. And I'll be talking all the way through it. Holographic breathing, you just do it gently at whatever speed feels comfortable. It's not connective breathing. A lot of rebirthers who maybe come here think, lots of things are connective. It's not. There's a space in the breath, and just whatever feels natural. It will your normal breath will probably just slow down and become much deeper, but there's no special way to the breathing. All right, we are going to start. So closing your eyes. The people who know holographic breathing, gently dropping into holographic breathing. For everybody else, just breathing naturally and easy. All you have to have is the lips closed, the breath through the nose, and the tongue on the roof of the mouth. And if you feel nervous or scared or anything like that, intrepid or excited, just notice what your feelings are. Just allow your feelings, let them run through you. Just let whatever is there and process, allow yourself to feel that. There may be some memories or something that make you a little bit nervous, but just allow those feelings, whatever they are, and they will probably diminish as you drop into it. So we're going to bring in some resources to start off with, sending a smile, sending some energy to the earth, and allow the earth to say hello back. Notice what that feels like through your body. Notice the earth is an alive, wondrous being. It is made of all sorts of wondrous energies that mirror us and our energies, and allowing the intelligence and energies of the earth to rise up into you for healing, for channeling, for communication, and allow your energies also to talk with the earth. Relax the back of your neck, relax the back of your head, and send a smile, send some energy to the higher self and the beneficial energies. Beneficial energies are any energies you like to work with, any channels, any spiritual guides, divine energies, as long as they're beneficial, and the higher self. And letting the beneficial energies and the higher self say hello back. Allow them to communicate with you. Allow them in, or even ask them in. Let them travel through you. Notice what that feels like through your body and energies. And asking the earth, the higher self, and the beneficial energies to be your guide and your resource through the whole meditation. Okay, and we're going to start. The lips are relaxed and closed. The tongue is on the roof of the mouth. The breath is through the nose. And just kind of moving the jaw up and down. Just notice you can open and close the jaw without opening your lips. Just a small up and down motion of the jaw. It rises and falls, a bit like chewing. Notice you can do that. Now slowing that motion down so it's much slower. And then as the jaw is opening, allow the breath to flow in through your nose. And as the jaw is closing, allow the breath to flow out through your nose. So the jaw is opening, just a small amount draws the breath in. The jaw relaxing closed, and it expels the breath. Notice it starts to feel like a little bellows. As it opens, it draws the breath in. As it closes, it expels the breath through the nose. Notice you start getting a much deeper breath into the lungs, into the abdomen. This is the first stage, just to get the movement. Jaw opens, it brings the breath in. As the jaw closes, the breath leaves. And it's a small, slow, relaxed motion with no effort. Jaw relaxes open, the breath comes in. The jaw relaxes closed, the breath comes out. The lips stay closed all of the time. The tongue stays on the roof of the mouth all of the time. So it's a dynamic. The jaw is moving, the lips are closed, and the tongue is on the roof of the mouth. Notice that it feels like a very subtle form of suckling. The lips being sealed and the tongue being on the roof of the mouth and the jaw moving, this probably comes from the suckling reflex. It enables them to stay relaxed and in those positions while the jaw moves. The jaw gently opens, the breath comes in through the nose, the jaw gently closes, the breath leaves through the nose, relaxing the back of your neck, relaxing the back of your head. Now we're going to go into the second stage. We're going to change the gestalt. Rather than having the awareness first on the jaw, now have the awareness first on the breath coming in through the nose. As the breath comes in through the nose, the jaw relaxes open. As the breath leaves through the nose, the jaw relaxes closed. Notice how everything softens, how you move into a meditative place. Everything relaxes, everything softens, and the movement of the jaw just connects to the muscles of the breath. It just becomes part of the muscles of the breath and becomes almost automatic. Breathing in, the jaw is relaxing open. Breathing out, the jaw is relaxing closed, just in your natural speed, in your natural rhythm, and your natural depth. No pressure, just breathing however feels good. As you breathe in, the lungs are opening, the jaw opens. As you breathe out, the lungs are closing, the jaw closes. Relaxing the back of your neck, relaxing the back of your head, relaxing your whole body. You might notice an energy start traveling through your spine. As your abdomen opens, the jaw gently relaxes open. As your abdomen closes, the jaw relaxes closed. The tongue stays on the roof of the mouth all of the time. The lips stay closed all of the time. If it feels awkward in any way, make the motion smaller, softer, and slower. On the in-breath, the teeth are separating. On the out-breath, the teeth are floating back together, but there's no pressure. They just gently touch with no pressure. Or they stay slightly separate. So the jaw is always free and relaxed. Breathing in, the jaw relaxes open. Breathing out, the jaw relaxes closed. If you're new and the holographic breathing has just become natural, if you wish to lie down or do it in another position, you can. If you're sitting up and it feels fine, just stay sitting up. Relaxing the back of your neck, relaxing the back of your head. Notice you may feel waves of energy starting to move through you. You may feel energies moving through your spine, through your brain. You may feel a connection to the earth. You may feel a connection to the higher self. Notice you can breathe right into your pelvis. On the in-breath, the pelvis opening to the sides. In the out-breath, the pelvis closing medially back towards the middle. Notice this is a new way of breathing. It's not a technique. It's not a device. You have moved into a new type of breathing. You're breathing naturally, but it's new. It's a new epoch in breathwork. It's a new, original breathwork system, or breathwork, or breathing. Notice in a very subtle way your face has started to breathe, your cranium has started to breathe, and your brain has started to breathe. Just allow that and be aware of that. Feel the energies from the face, the brain, the cranium releasing down through the spine and through your whole body. Notice how you can communicate, or are communicating from your face, from this breathing motion, to your brain. There are energies moving back and forth. Breathing in this way has activated a new energy and a way of navigating your anatomy, communicating with your brain and connecting to the higher self. There's a central area of the brain that is an extension of the spinal cord. The spinal cord comes up into the brain, then there's the medulla oblongata, then the pons, then the midbrain, then the thalamus and third eye. This is a channel rising up through your brain. If you're aware of your jaw and mouth, notice how this brings you into quite a grounded energy. It relates to the lower part of that central brain complex. It's the base energies for the face, it's the base energies for that central brain complex, and it spreads from there through the whole brain and through the whole body. And you come up through the roof of the mouth into your nasal passageways, into your maxillary sinuses, the middle part of your face. Notice the energies rise. You can feel the mouth breathing below you. You may feel contact to the cranial sea in the brain. You may contact your lungs. It's like you've gone up a level. It relates to the middle of the central brain complex, the pons and the midbrain, and from here it spreads through the whole brain and through the whole body. Notice a different quality of energy, different feeling, different place in the brain. You don't really have to know where the central brain complex is. You can just feel where it goes to and then how that spreads out through everything else. And coming up into the eyes, the ethmoid between the eyes, you might feel a much brighter light. You might feel a bright light in the middle of your brain. This is the thalamus, the third eye, in the center of your brain, the top of the central brain complex. It's the higher energies for the face. It's the higher energies for the central brain complex. It's the higher energies for the brain. Notice the whole brain starts lighting up. It spreads out, travels down through your spine, out through all of the nerves, out through your whole body. You get this bright light from the eyes and the ethmoid, lighting up directly back into the third eye in the center of your brain. You can let those different areas of your face communicate with each other, so you have the maxillary sinuses, the cheekbones, the jaw, the mouth, the tongue, the nose, the eyes. You can let all of those energies start breathing, connecting with each other. And all of the nerves going back to the central brain complex, they all communicate, and the whole thing goes off in the central brain complex, through the whole brain, through the whole body. So where it's happening first, whether it happens in the central brain complex or the face, doesn't really matter. But they're happening together. They're communicating back and forth. And you have a way of accessing the center of your brain, the center of your being, your whole body, every energy system. And if you sit back, so you're aware of that central brain complex, you're aware of your set face, you're aware of this gentle breathing motion, how this spreads through your whole body. Who knows? It's no longer I'm moving my jaw. It's just a breath. It may come from your brain. It may come from your pelvis. It may be initiated from the earth. It may be initiated from the higher self. Or maybe everything initiates this breath. Notice how deeply nourishing it is. How you are being nourished by the breath. Notice how your body has started communicating internally. Notice how you are no longer alone. You are somehow communing with the earth. Those same energies that are releasing in holographic breathing are mirrored in the earth. You have a communication with the earth. Notice how you're communicating with that same intelligence and energies in the higher self. Everything is holographic. Everything is mirrors, reflections of each other. And you can channel that energy. That is a reality. You can heal. Holographic breathing is on all levels. You can channel the spiritual healing from the higher energies. Let your neck relax. Let those energies travel through your whole body. You can commune with the earth and those deep, rich energies of the earth rising up through you. Relaxing your neck and just letting yourself go. Letting the controls go and letting the divine intelligence of God, of the beyond, of the divine, of the earth, heal you. And healing is becoming whole. You are becoming part of the earth. You are reflected in the earth. You are becoming part of the higher self. You are reflected in the higher self. You are coming home. You are no longer alone. You no longer have to hold yourself together. You can let go and be part of the all, of the divine, of evolution, of the next epoch on earth, of the new age on earth. Gently breathing with holographic breathing. Okay, we're going to come back in about a minute, just letting that slow down. Just relaxing and letting the breath move through you. And sending a thank you to the earth. Sending a thank you to the higher self and the beneficial energies. And thanking yourself. And letting the energies go off for love and healing to the earth. For love and healing to the higher self and beneficial energies. And allowing yourself to be loved and healed. Letting the energies go out to all sentient beings for love and healing. And you are a sentient being, allowing yourself to be loved and healed. And when you feel ready, gently allowing yourself to come back. So that is the meditation for today. I run these every 3 or 4 weeks, so there's a free meditation where I teach holographic breathing. We go into a different thing each time, a different topic each time, so you can do that. There is ongoing advanced class every Sunday where I run different series, and we're working with the organs. And I'll put a recording of where I was talking about working with the organs and the Kundalini, and the organs include the brain. I just love, I can't tell you how much I enjoy running these webinars. I normally feel terrible before, and I quite often feel quite wasted for a day or two afterwards. But when those channels come in and I'm teaching this, I just feel the best in the world. And when I see people learning holographic breathing and progressing with holographic breathing, I can barely contain my feelings of how wonderful that is. It is like having a baby. I did bring through holographic breathing, and I spent years and years shouting from the rooftops, but now people are starting to recognize it and coming along, and I'm definitely getting this feeling of people learning holographic breathing, learning this new healing system, taking it deeper, and that is just the best ever. So I feel honored that you all come along and enjoy this.